So, for those of you that don't know who I am, my name's Gabe, and I'm a fitness coach, and I absolutely love fitness. But it wasn't always this way, okay? If I take you back sort of 2 years in time, I was at one of the lowest points of my life. Mentally, physically, and quite frankly, it was eating me up inside, okay? So I basically just want to come on here and talk to you guys and tell you how sort of fitness changed my life. Okay, so let's go back 2 years in time. So 2 years ago, I was weighing at 84 kilograms, bearing in mind I'm 5'7" and 3/4. And I was at the lowest point I have ever been. Okay, so to put it into perspective, I was overweight. I had severe acne. Like I've always suffered with acne in my life, but quite frankly, in that moment in time, I was suffering with severe acne. Okay, and to the point it was really messing up my confidence. Okay, I would go out, clothes would fit me in the wrong ways. They would hug my midsection. My face was really bloated all the time, and quite frankly, I looked and felt terrible. And I didn't know where to go. Okay, it even got to a point. I remember very clearly. Okay, so I was seeing somebody at the time, and I remember at her house, I remember catching her in the corner of my eye, just like staring at me, like, but not in a good way, like not like, oh my god, like I like this person. No, it's like looking at like disgust, looking at me like I wasn't worth anything. And I remember her. I caught her in the corner of my eye, looking. I turned to her, and I remember her saying to me, "Why does your skin look so bad? Why are you not in shape right now?" And that was the lowest point in my life. I've never been lower than that. And I find it hard to even talk about it a little bit, because there has been low points in my life, my entire journey, but there's nothing as low as that point right there, where as a man, as a person, as a human being, I felt worthless. I just wanted to sort of just crawl away into a hole and never come back. Like, I genuinely felt worthless. Imagine the person that you liked looking at you in like disgust and commented on your appearance and basically having nothing sort of nice to say about it. And that was the lowest point of my life. Okay, so in that moment, I knew I needed to change, because my habits and how I was as a person, it wasn't good enough. It really wasn't. So, I had gym knowledge. I knew how to get in shape. I knew how I did. I just didn't have the accountability and a proper system in place. I just didn't have it. Okay, I remember very clearly. I went to the gym at that moment in time. Like, it was terrible. Okay, because I had the knowledge, I just didn't have any implementation. I remember clearly the same girl that said that about me. I remember I used to work in the same area as her, in the same department, for example, Centre Parks it was. And I remember her friend seeing me in the corridor, and true story, I remember her saying to me very clearly, oh yeah, my friend said that you don't really look like you go gym. Bear in mind, I'd been going to the gym for like 2 years at that point, because of how I looked, because of my stomach, because of the excess fat I was carrying, and because of how bloated and how bad my skin was. And I just knew at that moment in time, it was time for a change. It was time for a change. And I'm basically here to explain what I did, and what I have done in that process to make a change. Okay. So first and foremost, the first thing I did was start actually switching my food up, okay? Because I was eating basically everything in sight. I was not really caring what I was eating to an extent, okay? So let me put an example. I was on a bulk, okay? So I was eating Krispy Kreme. I was eating pizzas. I worked at Bella Italia, so I was eating pizzas. I was eating pastas. I was finishing work and having McDonald's. I was having McDonald's maybe sometimes twice a day, as well as having pizzas, pastas from work. Okay, so my method is to eat what you like in moderation, okay? And that, quite frankly, was not moderation at all. So I knew I had to have a better system in place. So I put a system where I can still enjoy my food, still enjoy my unhealthy foods in moderation. Okay, so that's the first thing I've done. Okay, making sure that my diet was switched to a point that I still enjoyed it and I didn't fall off, but that I was getting my skin clearer, getting leaner. So that's the first thing I've done. Okay, the second thing I've done was actually investing in somebody that was going to help me. Okay, so investing in like a program is exactly what I've done, and it's the best form of accountability, because there's going to be days where, and there was for me, you know, I felt, excuse my language, but fucking ashamed of the person that I'd become. Fucking ashamed. And I knew that if I didn't make a change to invest in my health, then at the end of the day, I was never going to become the person I wanted to be. I was never going to become the 2.0 version of myself, and I was just going to be that fat, insecure, acne person. I know that kind of really didn't make sense because, you know, acne person, but severe acne, overweight, lowest confidence I have ever had. So instead of investing against my health with takeaways, McDonald's, I actually started to invest in my health, okay? And then it got to a point where I actually start making results. Okay, with that help, with a bit of guidance. Okay, it wasn't anything crazy. It was just guidance. That's all I needed. That guidance, a clear structure, and accountability, just to push me in the right direction. Okay. Once I started making results, I actually invested some more money into my health, and I actually got myself a home gym so I could start working out and, you know, actually enjoying the process. Okay, and that was one of the best decisions I made. Investing in my health, investing in a gym, into a coach to actually help me progress. Yeah, there's sort of no better feeling than investing in yourself and you actually get the results. There's no fucking better feeling. It's really not. So once I had invested in my health, I had actually changed my eating habits. The second thing that I actually done was bet on myself, not bet against, bet on myself, taking risks. You know, I started actually being more confident. The physique that I'd gained, the clearer skin that I had gained, the more presentable I'd gained, I started taking a bit more risks. You know, I started putting myself out there a little bit. I started gaining more confidence. I was wearing tighter clothes. I was wearing more sort of showy clothes. You know, I'm wearing a vest right now in public. And that, getting in shape has allowed me to do that. And if I was still 84 kilos, fat, severe acne, I would have been a vest in like broad daylight in the Gold Coast, you know? So it's crazy that if you just bet on yourself, that your whole life could change. It's not just fitness. It's really not just fitness. It's not just getting a six pack. No, your whole personality, your whole life can change. We are in one of the most fitness orientated places in the entire world, the Gold Coast. Okay, you walk out on the street, there's people running, there's people surfing, there's people walking their dogs, there's people playing football at 6 a.m. Okay, and fitness has allowed me to do that. Fitness has got me into a position where I've helped dozens upon dozens of people who were once in the same situation that I was once in, insecure, overweight, severe acne, and just in a position that they needed to change. And that's what fitness has allowed me to do. And I would never ever want to see somebody in the same situation that I was once in and not get out of that. And that's why I do this, and that's why I absolutely love transforming people's lives. It's a passion to actually change somebody's life for the better, so that their kids look up to them and they're proud of them, so their kids will be healthy, so their grandkids will be healthy, installing habits that for generations to come will be installed within them. And that is just what fitness has done. You know, now I'm in a position where I know how to get in shape. I know how to be healthy. I know how many calories are in certain foods. I know what, calorie manipulation is and metabolic adaptations. I know this, and with that knowledge I can help other people, and my kids and my kids' kids and my kids' kids' kids will have that knowledge as well. Okay, all because I made that change and didn't follow the path of where I was going. Okay, and if there's any advice that I could give you, is that it's never too late. It's really never too late. I have worked with people who have lost 6-7 stone. 6-7 stone. That was a little pun for you guys, a little meme. But I have. It's really incredible that it's never too late. It's never too late to actually make that change, guys. So if you're in a position right now where you don't know what to do, you don't know how to get out of it, you've been going around in circles, trying these fad diets, trying keto, cutting your carbohydrates. For fuck's sake, if you're in that position and you want to get out of it, then I will help you for free. Just build a plan, okay? Me and you will sit down on a call for 30 minutes, 60 minutes, completely free of charge, as a Christmas gift from myself to yourself, to actually finally get out of the position that you're in right now, guys. Because you need to understand that there is nobody coming to save you. Nobody's going to come do the work for you. Nobody's going to install these beliefs into you. If you don't do it, nothing changes. And if nothing changes, then nothing changes. So I really hope that you guys have taken a bit of value from this call. And if you're in a position that you want to change, then click the link in the description of this video and you can book in at any time across my calendar, and me and you personally will sit on a call for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, for 60 minutes, completely free of charge. The call will not cost you a penny, and I'll help you build out a roadmap for you to get in shape, for you to finally feel confident in your own skin. No more fad diets, just you getting in shape and to finally feel confident in your own skin. So I hope to see you on that call. I hope to see your name pop up, and let's get to work. I really want you to get in shape. I really want you to get in the best, put yourself in the best possible position so that your kids, your grandkids, your partner, your future partner, your parents will be forever proud of you. So genuinely, I hope to see you there.